All right, so we're back for another board game battle. Today we're going to do Acropolis, and we're going to show you guys how to play. I'm here with my sister Marilena. Simple puzzle, kind of city building. I feel like it's more puzzle based. It doesn't seem very complicated as far as a city builder, even though the tiles are more about building buildings in your city. But it's super simple, super fun. And I think we've both enjoyed it. Building a little town, and you're stacking it on multiple levels. Every single tile you get ends up having some kind of colored building with some kind of plaza, which is a scoring multiplier. We've been playing this pretty regularly, I would say.
Yeah.
For a while. I can't remember where we are in the board game battles. I mean, we were tracking the scores, and I don't know, we might end up just not tracking scores, especially when too much time gets in between videos. But let's dig into Acropolis, show you the parts, and then go into the actual gameplay. Acropolis setup, very, very simple setup. You're at the very top, you're going to end up having tiles that you'll end up pulling from in each round to refill the market. So right here you can see we have 5 tiles that are set up as your market pieces that you can obtain throughout the course of the game. Every single round, you're going to have tiles drawn from these piles up here until the very end where you no longer have any tiles available, and then that triggers game end. Right here we have the first person player token. They call him the Architect. This will actually rotate back and forth between myself and Marilena as we're playing through here. This right here is your starting tile. Your starting tile ends up having these 3 tile pieces. Well, it's 1 tile, but there's 3 little hex sections to it. The middle is going to have your blue star, which is your blue plaza. Every little hex piece that has a star is basically a plaza. So every single player will have their own little setup tile. And then we also have this, which is a reference card for every single player that shows the plazas that are available. So blue, it will have 1 star. 2 stars for yellow, 2 stars for red, 2 stars for purple, and 3 stars for green. And the buildings for each one of those will end up having different placement restrictions based on the scoring. So whenever you end up taking a tile from the market, you're going to end up placing it in your city. So this is your starting city. You'll end up sticking the new tile you create and just kind of connect it somewhere in your city. You have to connect it. You cannot do this, say, oh, look, I want to build something in between. No, no, no. It has to actually connect to a place on your city. So whether or not you connect it like this, or whether or not you go like this, or whether or not you go like, I don't know, like this or whatever, there has to be some way where it actually touches the tiles that already exist in your city. Whenever you're placing tiles down, as long as it's touching, there's only one rule that you need to obey, and that's whenever you get to a point where you put a tile on top of another tile, it cannot hang. You cannot have something like that where it just hangs and there's nothing supporting. The tiles need to be placed on top of other tiles completely flush. They cannot overlap the same tile. So let's say if we had this right here, you can't overlap the same tile you just put down 1 for 1. The tiles actually have to overlap more than 1 tile. So like that, for example, would be an overlap of 2 tiles, and that would be a legal placement. Now let's get into the plazas and the buildings and what they mean. You notice the plazas will have different types of scoring. Now, are there restrictions for putting down the plazas? No, and that's one of the most common questions that most people ask when they're playing this game. Is, oh, you know, if I put down a green plaza or I put down a red plaza or something in my city, is there a restriction like that? No, there is no restriction. You can put them anywhere. But the stars for these plaza only count towards your scoring if they are not covered. So as long as you don't have them covered, then they will count towards your end game scoring. The restrictions within this game for scoring are on the building. So I'm gonna go over here and grab this one because as you can see here, we have a green building. The restrictions are for end game scoring is how you place the buildings in your city. Greens can go anywhere. So if I put a green here or put a green there or later on stack a green on top, the greens can go anywhere. They will score based on the multiplier in your town. So let's say if I had this in my town at the end, it would be 3 times 1 green. The more green buildings I get, and the more green scoring plazas I get, the higher my score is for the green buildings. Let's take a look at some of the other colors. Like, what are the restrictions on the other colors? Now, here we have purple as well. So purple's restriction for endgame scoring is, well, obviously you need the purple plazas in order to get some points, because the plazas are your scoring multipliers for the game. But purple requires you to completely surround it. So if I go like this and I completely surround purple, that building will score. And it doesn't matter the elevation. Another common question is, well, what if I have it something like this where it's, you know, where this is probably, I'm going to put a bunch of these pieces over here, where this is like elevated here. Does this still count as enclosed when this is elevated and these are not as high as this up here? Yeah, that still counts as long as the purple tile is enclosed. What is the restriction for red? Red is it needs to be anywhere outside of your city, on the edge of the city. And the edge means as long as you have one of these edges exposed, where there's nothing touching, then this red building would count for scoring as long as you have one open area. So even if it was in the middle like this, and you put nothing right here, this would still score because it's considered to be on the edge. Which is kind of interesting because you can actually kind of create some kind of almost like a gap sometimes if you wanted to in the middle, and the red would still score. I don't have a yellow building, but if you had a yellow building, yellow cannot touch any other yellow. Anytime you have two yellow buildings touching each other, then both those yellow buildings would end up being 0 toward the scoring at the end. Anytime you build up in your city, the building count goes up by 1. So let's say if I put this back in here, and this right here counts as a single green building because it's on the base floor. But let's say I had this like this, and then I ended up covering the 2 tiles, right? Because you have to cover 2 tiles minimum when you put a tile on top. This green now counts as 2 because it's on the second floor. So that's another strategy. Sometimes you were like, okay, well, I'm afraid to cover a building because I want it to count. But there are times in games where I'll cover a building I have already there with another building in the same color just to elevate its numbers by 1. That way I don't have to go for another tile, because the bad thing about going out too far in one direction on the same level is that you need more tiles to increase your building count. But when you stick it on top, then it increases it. So then when you get to the 3rd level, it counts, each building will count as 3, which is kind of cool. So that's part of the strategy. It's kind of the puzzly aspect of this. Oh, blues. Yes, sorry. I need to cover blues. Blues are how many blues you... So right here, the blue building. Blues are how many can you get in a row. So if I put one here, and then eventually I put another blue here, and then if I put another blue over here, so this blue plaza star is your multiplier toward the number of buildings you have connected. The most blue buildings connected. There are games that, you know, some people have a ton of blues connected and stacked up high, and there's some that I've had where I didn't have any of them connected throughout my city, but I had a big stack, like a triple stack, and then a blue was on top of it, so it was only 3 times the number of stars that I had. Blue is actually a really interesting building in this game because it's one of the ones that most people avoid. Every time I play this game, it's one of the ones that people avoid, except for maybe in a certain game where a player will notice that the other players are avoiding blue, and then they end up capitalizing by getting nothing but blue. So it's one of those ones where you're scoring either hardly any points, or you're that one person that notices that no one else is going for it, so you grab all the blues and you score like 70 points in blue. It's happened to us before.
Yeah, you did it last game.
No, actually Katarina did it last time against us. Yeah.
And the only thing we have to cover is how you pay, and how you get...
Oh, yes. How do we get queries? Ah, yes. So in this market, left side, your tile is free. So when I go to the market here, if I want to go for this one, it's 0. If I go to here, it's 1. If I go to here, 2, 3, and 4 quarry stones. And these are your quarry stones right here. So right now, I only have 1 quarry stone. But later on, as you're building these tiles, and let's say if I put this here, and I have these 3 quarry hexes, right? All I have to do is stick another tile on top, and then once you stack that tile on top, the number of quarries that you cover underneath will give you that same number of quarry stones. So if I covered all 3, just like that, I would get 3 quarry stones from the supply. And we do have a bunch of quarry stones here. I will just dump them out here for easy access so you guys can see them. And then there is our quarry stone supply, okay? Okay, so let's put this back here, here, here. Now let me just show you the manual really quick. Here you go, Acropolis. Very simple manual. Again, the game is very easy to play. It's fun, it's lightweight. So let's go ahead and kick it off. I'm gonna go first. So I see this yummy little 3-star green, and Marilena, you noticed that as soon as that popped out, and you're like, go ahead and grab the green. So yeah, I'll spend the 1 to grab this. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna build this over here on the edge, and just like that. Now this first player token allows me to grab 2. So I'm gonna grab 1, then Marilena's gonna grab 1, and then it comes back to me and I grab another 1. And then after that, this will shift over to Marilena and we'll refill the market. Okay, so go ahead. So these all slide down now. So now they slide down, the values of these go down. So now instead of this being 4, it's worth 3, 2, 1, and then that.
And the
0.
rules of the game is, since I was second player, I get 2 quarry stones since he got first dibs. So of course I got an extra stone to play with because I'm at a disadvantage. So I could go up to here, which is very tasty because there's 2 stars for the red. So I have to do that because I need some stars to start getting some points. But I gotta be careful where I put it because I'm gonna likely eventually end up covering. I want to be careful with how I place it. I normally don't do this. I don't think I've ever done a piece like this before, so...
Oh, you're gonna do something different. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I need to.
Okay, all right. Let's see how that works out.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You're right. That doesn't really happen very often. So now I can't buy anything from the market up here. I can't buy the 1 and the 2 because, well, I have no quarry stones. So I have to go for this. That's my only option because it's worth 0. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cover these 2 tiles here, the 2 hexes on those 2 tiles, and make it flush. Put my purple toward the center, as you can see, and I end up getting, and I think I covered 3, right? I end up getting 3 quarry stones for that. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. That goes here. Now this first player goes to Marilena. She becomes the architect. These slide down, and then we go to our next pile.
So I have no quarry stones, so I have to go for the first one here. I have to be careful about the red. I gotta keep it on the outside, the edge of my city. So I can put it here. Kind of leaves it open, connecting my blues.
Okay, so you still have no quarry stones, so you're gonna plan, I guess, sometime to get some quarry stones.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so now I get a dibs here, and I'm gonna go for this one because it's a plaza, it's scoring, and it costs me nothing. So, and it gives me a green on top of that, which is fantastic with my triple stars here. So now I gotta be really careful on how I'm gonna place this because I don't want to get to a point where I'm gonna have to cover the green or the plaza. I might do something like this, maybe. Go like, no, well, I'm gonna try to cover this up. Maybe I'll go like this. Whatever, we'll do it that way. Okay, and you're up. You get the last turn.
Still don't have any stones, so I realized my first placement, because it wasn't nooked up against something else, reduces my chance of covering anything anytime soon. Now I have to take this one, and as Jim mentioned in the intro, I could cover this with this. Because it elevates this to 2.
Yeah, and then you have your yellow there now.
But I do cover 2 blues, but at this point in time, those blues really don't do anything for me. Or I could place it over here. Now the advantage of doing it right here is then I have 3 quarries together that I can cover to get 3. And then this is kind of really ready for circling, so I'll just put it right there. All
right, so now this comes back to me. Now, one thing that we did mess up on the very first round, we had too many tiles in the market. We had 5. It was actually only supposed to be 4, because on a 2-player game, it should only be 4. As you increase in players to like 3 and 4 players, the number of the tiles in the market kind of increase. Okay, so now it's back to me, and oh, well.
Yeah, you and your green
Wow,
stars.
look at that. Another triple green plaza. That's perfect. I mean, I'll take that. So let me see if I can find a place. I'm going to go ahead and, maybe I'll just go right here. There we go.
So I have to hedge against his greens. I still have no stones. So the only thing I can do is grab this one, which is great because there's a green. Yeah. And I have a red stone. I'm going to cover here because I need stones. And ooh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
My
you do have
blues
red-
start to match
Yeah,
up.
if they're matching, yeah, you do have your red plaza there.
So now I get 3 stones.
All right, so she has
I'm back in
3.
business.
Let's take a look here now. I'm going to spend the 1 quarry stone because I want this, because that is delightful to have those. Now, I don't know if this is actually good practice here, but I'm trying to keep my green plazas together so I don't override, like stomp on them on top, and maybe just build out elsewhere. Okay, so that's it. So now this shifts over to you. Now let's go ahead and draw. Okay, now you're up.
So I have enough stones to get this, but it'll completely wipe me out with stones. And then there's the yellow you want to diversify in this game. Oh, and there's another red. So I will spend 1
Yep.
to grab this. So now my yellow building gets some points. So to start covering this up, I do need that purple plaza too. Shoot, I could have gotten that as well.
Well, it's hard to if you didn't grab that, I would have grabbed that afterwards. You can't grab both of them right now. It's so that's. But hey, there's another red plaza right there.
That's true.
So you're probably gonna end up
I can
picking that one up.
Yeah, I can close this one off. Hopefully squeeze in another plaza right here. That's one thing I've learned about this game. You gotta start connecting your quarries to cover them.
I could go for that red and spend 2, but I don't think I want to. I mean, I've already got a purple here. It's on top, so it's a 2 stack right now. So I'll just spend the 1 because it's cheaper to get this. So I'll do that, and then see, that thing sucks because if I go right here, it limits where I can cover. But I don't have a whole lot of blues right now going on for
You can
me.
always cover with a blue.
Yeah, I might go like this. I might just. It's not the greatest thing, but hey, whatever. We'll go there. All right.
And
now.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you get 1 more,
Yep,
right?
I'm definitely gonna spend the 1 to get more red stars.
Yep.
And there's a quarry. So I'm gonna show that right there.
Oh, there you go. So now you're set up pretty nicely there.
Mm-hmm.
So this comes back to me. Let's refill the market here. Okay, what am I gonna do? I see lots of yellows there. Actually no, sorry, no yellow building. I got a yellow building there, but I might go for another yellow here. So I'll spend 1. I'll grab this plaza. There, I'm gonna probably put it over here. I feel like I'm building a lot of plazas, but I don't have enough buildings yet for this. I'm hoping that eventually this will all kind of cash in for me. All right, you're up. Where are you gonna go?
So what I could do is take this. This is still on the outside. And they're both now 2 bangers. And I have stars for both of these colors. So that is good. And I only have enough to buy this, but this only gets me more quarries and
Another blue
star, which
yeah.
is kind of trash.
Yeah, you're not really building up your blues right now anyway. So I mean, you get 3 there. Oh, look at that. That's good. Ooh, I can go for. Oh, I can't go for that. I had no quarry stones, so I'm gonna go here and get the cheap one. One thing that I found in this game is, don't be afraid to put plazas on top of other quarry spots. I'm not saying that's the recommended approach, but sometimes I'll do it, and sometimes I'll burn a plaza.
This blue doesn't do anything because it's not connected to any other blue.
Yeah, exactly. So like I can go here and burn it and get 2, but the only problem is if I go here, then I can't cover this because of this purple, and I don't like that. So I'm thinking about leaving this open a little bit more so I can build out there. So I could go like this, and if I end up burning this blue plaza later on, so be it. I mean, you need to have balanced scoring in this game, but you can't score maximum points on every single color. It's impossible. You can't do it unless you get lucky and you get all of the plazas, which I've had one time happen to me in one game on BGA when I played with all tiles. I ended up having all the scoring plazas, but other than that, most of the time you're not going to get that. Oh, actually, you know what? How many quarries did I get on that? I covered that for what? Is it 3?
3.
Yeah, I got 3 quarry stones for that. Okay, so go right here, 3 quarry stones. There we go. Now it goes over to Marilena now.
And
I
I definitely need some perps because I have 2 purple districts or buildings already built. So I need stars that go with it.
But now you gotta find a right way to get that. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at my quarries here. But I also need to cover this.
And this mid section here always seems to be a tough spot. I always have an issue with that as well. Because like sometimes like you'll build around it.
I could cover that.
Well, you can't now because it's hanging.
Yeah.
You would need another tile over there.
I'm just thinking going forward, but then the 3
Yeah, that the midsection always the starting point always seems to be a place where I'll have like a little gap just for that star, but sometimes I feel like it's just better to burn it so it just you can have a level
Yeah, I
place
mean,
to
I need
build
this
up.
gap here because of this has to be on the edge, so that has to stay a gap.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Unless you
then
get
I
rid
can
of
never,
it.
Then I can
Well,
never.
that's not
yeah,
true. That's
then I
not
can-
true because you could always put a piece here to help enclose this,
Yeah.
and then later on, as you're building this up, you can throw another piece of some other color and just burn the red.
Right.
But it depends on how you're stacked.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to put it there.
Okay, so now I get let's see what I get here. Wow, it's another yellow. I know you complained about the fact that I always get the yellow.
Get the yellows.
Yeah, well, you're getting pretty good on your reds. I mean, look, you have another red over here, another red plaza you can end up grabbing, but yellow for free is good. A bonus for me. So I don't want to put it here. See, I'm worried about if I put too much crap here that I'm gonna have to put some stuff on top, and then that green's in jeopardy. So right here, I want to put more like a garbage tile that has more quarries. So I might just, with this one, I'm thinking that maybe I go like this. We'll try it and see what that gets me.
And yep, I'm gonna have to spend the 1 to grab this.
Okay. Slides down. Let's refill this. And this is what I was talking about. Sometimes you have this little weird funky gap because you can't put anything in here now. And you can't put a tile on top.
Could slide it in like that.
You could do that. But you have the same you'll have the same problem because you're gonna have that you can't cover that gap. That's not a bad play right there.
Because it connects.
That's not a bad play. I mean, you can eventually get this blue star if I don't get it. Okay, then this goes back to me, right?
Yep.
But what if I was a total ass right now and I just picked up that blue star?
Because there's gonna be more, whatever.
Oh, but you know what though? I'm not gonna do that because I want that green building. I think the green building right now is probably the better choice for me. Okay, so I'm gonna spend 2 of my stones to get this green building. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end up burning this purple. I can enclose it, but right now I have to spend another tile for that, and then it's only 1 building, and I'm thinking maybe later on I can find another purple I can stack up higher somewhere. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to put this green in my city. And now this green is now 2 buildings. So I have 2 buildings plus a 3rd building, and it's times 9 so far, which is pretty solid. Now this is, well, I get 1 stone, right? Yep. All right, you're up.
All right, so the red looks good, but to your point, the blue star.
Blue star. I've been ignoring the blues, so I'm wondering if you're going to capitalize on the blues since I'm ignoring them.
And then I can put that here, put up a nice little 3 quarries again for later.
Yeah, you're setting up pretty good for your queries, no doubt. So now I get another choice here. Do I want the red? Ooh, what do I want to do?
Whatever you pick, you're giving me something good that I need, so.
Well, I think I'm gonna go for the red because I need to minimize the red damage because you got 6 already there, and then if you get 2 more, that's 8 for your multiplier. Not that, but this will give me a little bit of red to play with. So I'm gonna go just like. So this is what now you.
And now we get the refill.
Yep.
Although I'm liking that blue there now that I have blue star, but.
But what?
I must look at my options.
What are thy options?
2 quarries and a yellow, perp and a yellow. Because I could grab this, stick it right in here. Get 3 more quarries and get a yellow, 2 yellow, and a 2 purple, which that means I can sacrifice that one.
Yeah, but you still need to enclose this one more. Yeah, you need 1 more tile there to enclose it. But yes, you will end up enclosing that eventually.
All right.
It's actually not a bad play.
So I had to spend 1, 2, 3 on that, and then I get 3 back.
Okay.
I'll cover my quarry, so it was basically $0 there.
Which is great. So now I have a tough choice. I don't think I want the blue. Actually, I don't really have a choice because I only have 1 quarry stone. So I have to just spend the 1 on this. I think I'm gonna go like that. And then this gives me what? This gives me another 2 green buildings. It also gives me another 2 yellows. And I get 1 quarry stone back for covering the 1 quarry hex. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, so now your last dibs. What are you doing? Tough. Do you go for 2 more blue? Actually, possibly 4 more blue if you stack.
Stack here, and then I lose.
You lose
that,
the red.
Or I can stack here, and then I lose the purple.
Yeah.
So I'm losing
Definitely. Yeah, you're definitely
Yeah.
losing something, but right now you may not be in the right spot to do that.
I mean, I could add him here. Obviously, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. That's only 6 times 1. Or I can grab this, put it here, and close my purple, and get another yellow. And unfortunately, I would like to keep these out so I could build on top of them.
Yeah.
But then this is blue, yellow, yellow, which you
But-
can't do.
And you don't want to put
Yeah.
the yellow together, because if you put the
Yep.
yellows there, that nullifies
That's exactly what.
and
yeah.
nullifies all of your yellows because they're touching. Yellows cannot touch.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that because then I could cover these up, but then I lose my stars.
It's almost like you need to put the yellow somewhere attaching, but then just hang your two queries out.
Yeah, that's.
And then later on,
if I want to, yeah.
if you have time to build off of those, that's the thing.
I could do that.
You can. So you're hoping that you get
But then
another
I
yellow.
get another piece to cover those.
That is a tough choice.
This is another option. Go up here, but
Yes.
you don't really want to build a third story with quarries because then I'm losing that purple.
Unless you can go a fourth level, it's okay
Yeah.
to put the queries on on the third level. If you know you're going to go on the fourth, then you can build something even higher to capitalize on that. Because as you're building up, you want to capitalize with buildings as you're going up.
Yeah, I feel like I want to cover that purple. Let's go that way.
All right, so we refill. Now this comes back to me. Get some yellow and reds. See,
no,
reds
no.
only give
My
me
bad, I
2
gotta
stars.
Pay my one.
Okay, and yellows and reds only give me 2 stars. You have 2 stones, so I could just go for the cheap route, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to put a little bit of pressure on you. So I'm going to spend the 1 and take a red away, so it's less scoring for you, and 1 more yellow for me. And that also puts the pressure that if you want this, you have to pay your 2 stones. And what am I going to do here now with this lovely, beautiful thing that does not really fit well for my city? I mean, I want to go here. There's only one problem. It's a red, and I can't capitalize on that, which is frustrating. I want to get something that can really capitalize. So I'm going to leave this open because I know there's 3 stacks left that we're pulling from before game end. So I'm just going to put this somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe what I'll do is... So I might as well just go out here a little bit. I think I'll just go up to here and just put it there. Yep, let's do that.
All right. So I see you. If I do take this, I can
Yep.
slide it here. Get another...
Another red and a yellow.
And then I could...
Yeah, but you
potentially
cannot put a
cover.
piece here, though. You'll have to cover that purple.
But I'm thinking of doing a cover here.
Yep.
And hopefully covering it with something
Yes, you could do that, definitely.
that help me capitalize on some things. I've never done that before, but I feel like I gotta.
Okay. All right, so spend your 2. Let's...
Mhm.
And then now I get... well, I have to go free.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can do. I could do like this to kind of string my blues together, but I don't know if I really want those blues too much. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do like this. Actually, I'll do like this. That way, when I cover, I can get like, at least a stone. Okay.
I just realized that there's some plazas coming up because we haven't really had much.
We had a lot in the beginning.
Oh, that's true.
And they're
Yeah.
mostly out on the table.
Whoops. Yeah, well, I have to go free.
Okay.
But what I can do is cover a quarry, double up my yellows.
Yep.
Oh, wait, that's one piece, hold on. Shoot.
Oh,
I
it's one
realized.
piece. Oh, you can't do that. Wah wah wah.
Oh.
Just so the problem is she tried to cover a piece directly on
Yeah, I
top
don't know
instead
why I
of
thought,
2
yeah.
tiles.
Got excited for a second. Or, oh, the blue's not in the right place. But I can also do it here. Cover the 1 and make that a 3.
You can do that.
I lose a blue, but it's only a blue. Gosh, I wish I could go like this, but then my yellows already got it.
Yeah, your yellows would be trashed, and I think it'd be too hard to recover if you did that
Yeah.
because you're so high up on that. Okay, so now you get 1 stone, right?
Now I get the 1 stone that I figured I'd get.
Yep. All right, so you get your 1 stone. So what am I gonna do now? Well, I gotta go free. It's the only thing I can do. So if I get this, I do have a red, which is complete total trash on this piece. But the purple will go to 3. But the purple is only a multiplier 2, and that stinks.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that. If I go here, I get the purple. Yeah, let me do that. I'll go right there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm also going to go free this time. Because I think there's a purple plaza coming up.
Oh.
And guess what I get to do?
No, is that
Oh,
directly
shit,
on
that's
top?
all. Oh, why do I keep doing that?
Yeah,
I
you
get
cannot.
excited.
Yep.
Dang it.
Sorry. Nope. Because that would be directly on top too. So, yeah. So Madalena's running into the problem where she's trying to stack on the same tile, but she
Do
can't.
this.
Oh, there you go.
Right? Yeah, that covers 3 tiles.
Yep.
And 1 query.
Yep. So you get 1.
So I get 1 stone, which is gonna help me hopefully buy.
Okay.
That purple plaza that's coming up. Oh, there it is.
Were you up first, or was I up first on that?
I went first.
Oh, so now I get to go for free.
For free, but I want the purple.
Well, that's cool, but I wanted this so bad because this elevates my green to 3, this 1 green building, and my yellow to 3 as well. Boom. So I'm on the 3rd stack, so now that each one of those are 3 buildings, and I get 2, is it 2? Yes, I get 2 quarry stones for covering the 2 pieces like that. Okay, so 2 quarry stones for covering those 2 hexes. Okay, you're up.
I'm free. I need
free,
to get this. Yeah, my blues are kind of shot. So
yeah, that's blues are tough because you got to get them in a row. Like I feel like blues are one of those ones that if you go blue, you have to go all in. You can't be like messing around like onesie twosies here because it doesn't work. I'll do free. Free gets me another stack of green, so 2 stacks, and it gives me another star for the blue. There we go.
Oh, and there's only blue stars left. So purple.
And there you go. Now you're up. This is it. This is the last turn. Marilena is first because she's the architect. So she'll get 2 tiles here, and I will only get 1 tile to finish this off. So
I have 2 stones. I can.
And that's one thing you got to keep in mind is that you need to know who has that. So at the very end, you know how many tiles you're going to grab. And and another thing we didn't mention is that these stones are worth 1 point each at the end of the game.
Take the free. I'm going to put it here. Gain a red and a purple.
But you burn your plaza. Your purple plaza.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Womp, womp, womp. You could cover this. You'll lose 1 yellow.
That's what I was going to do originally. And then...
Yeah, and that's what I would... I mean, that's probably your best bet because you can put your red on the edge because the red is good. You're scoring a lot for red. And you can have your purple in the middle.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. And then I get 2 stones.
Then you get 2 stones. Which
doesn't really...
Well, it's victory points.
Yeah.
It's victory points each.
All right.
So I am going to... I could go for the purple stars. So instead of doing that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend 1 quarry stone to grab this. Because then I'll just cover this up like this. It will give me 2 more yellows. It'll give me another blue star. And it'll give me 2 more reds. Right. Okay, and your last thing, you're going to have to go for that, right?
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
Spend my 1.
Let's get some points, additional points there.
Mm-hmm. And this is toast. So I might as well stack up my red, which is what I was going to do with that piece. I was going to stack up my red and my yellow.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay. I'll only stack up my red. But at least I get more purple victory points, so.
Okay, so that's it. So this last tile goes nowhere. Adios. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tally up our scores on the board. So as you can see here with our each one of our cities, is we're going to have to tally the plazas, which is your multipliers, times the buildings. So my green plazas are right here. I have 9, and then I have to count. It's 9 times the buildings that I have for green.
So you want to do that and show them how to do the greens?
Yeah, so I will show you how to do the greens here. So this is on the 2nd level. So this is 2 greens. So it's 2. This is on the first level. So it's 1. So right now I have 2 plus 1. That's 3 green buildings. This is on the 2nd level. So it's 2. So it's another 2 buildings. So it's 5 buildings. This is a triple. So this is 8 buildings now. This is on the 2nd. So this is 10 buildings, right?
10 times 9. That's
10
a lot of
times
points.
9. Yeah, because I have 9 stars here. It's 90 points on green alone. Yeah,
but I'm actually very happy with my plot. This is the first time I've kept it not very sprawling, but high. Like this is the most I've built up in a game.
Yeah, it is. Because usually you go out a little bit more. But I think in this one you definitely went up a little bit more to the 3rd level.
Let's see if it paid off for me.
It went, well, I don't know, 90 points on green.
I know.
It's probably not going to happen. All right, so here we go. And after tallying up, so here, this is a sheet that you get for scoring. And what you're going to do is you're going to write in your multipliers for your plazas, their stars, and you're going to times them by the number of your buildings. And at the end, I had 151 and Marilena had 126. Actually, she played rather well on this video. The last few times that we played, I think you scratched maybe over 100. But this time you actually got way over 100. You got to 126. I don't think I've ever seen you got this high. This is actually this is probably the highest I've gotten to. I think
I
the last.
thought you scored in the 200 one time.
No. Like, well, on BGA when we did all tiles, yeah. But in this one, I think the highest in person I think I've done with against you is probably like 130 something. But yeah, that's it. That is Acropolis. Super easy, super fun. I hope this video helps you guys out on learning how to play it, and we enjoy it. It's definitely gonna be a game that's gonna be in our rotation for a while. Until the next game video, guys, we will see you later. Bye.